There was a time in my life where I really craved to have a man that I was really into fully choose me, to fully choose me. And that was not happening at that point in my life. And there was a reason for that. At that point in time in my life, I found myself just really hung up on men that were very inconsistent with me, weren't really as into me as I was into them, and they would breadcrumb me and kind of just give me enough to keep hanging on without fully choosing me, right? Or fully committing to me. Because they were just using me, honestly, for emotional validation or wanted to use me for something casual. And when I was really frustrated and reflecting on this one day, it hit me like a ton of bricks when I realized that I found myself, even just in my daily thought process, looking at other women in the world and thinking, that woman's better than me. That woman's more confident than me. She's more attractive than me. She has a better body than me. That woman's more successful than me. Why would anybody want me when they could have somebody else instead? And I realized, well, there's my problem. I would have never admitted it out loud at the time, but I was really insecure, really insecure. And I kind of hated that I felt that way, so I never would have admitted it for that reason. But the truth was, I woke up every single day, and the first thing I did when I looked in the mirror is my self-critic just got really loud, and I just would look at my skin, I would look at my body, and I would just be like, ugh, and I would start criticizing myself. I was always so hard on myself. I was hiding. I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel radiant. I didn't want anybody to take pictures of me. I felt really uncomfortable in a swimsuit and in my clothes. And, I was just really, really hard on myself. And I just never felt like I was enough because I had an unhealthy relationship to myself. And it wasn't until I got really honest with myself about that and I actually started doing something about it that I started to finally stop comparing myself. I finally started to feel worthy, and then I finally found myself magically not wanting those same kinds of men anymore. If you really relate to that, I want to tell you something that might not feel that good to hear, but I promise you it's the best thing that you do need to hear. Nobody's going to rescue you from your relationship to yourself. The answer is not found in finally getting somebody to just feel a certain kind of way about you, because you're so much less likely to get that when you feel that way about yourself, because you're going to unconsciously validate your low self-worth through choosing people that don't choose you and being drawn to those people and sabotaging it with the other ones. But if you manage to let that in, you would feel so uncomfortable being with that kind of person, and the amount of drama and self-sabotage that would come up in that relationship would just be immense. It's time to actually address what's going on in here. And that will not only make you feel better, and you deserve that, but it'll actually improve your relationships across the board, and also probably everything.